Hey guys, it's Talia. I just want to jump on here and do a quick Kmart haul. I know I've posted a few pictures of the things I've picked up the last few weeks, but a bunch of you all voted yes to seeing a bit of a haul video. So I'll jump into it. So the first thing is a little doctor's kit, so a bit of pretend play happening. I've had a lot of success so far using it. All the kids have liked it. I also saw today when I was there that they've got a dentist one, a hairdresser one, a vet one, which is kind of similar to the doctor's one, just kind of change it for animals. And they had like a little cone as well for the kit. But in this doctor's one, they've got some kind of like an ointment one where it's kind of a twist or pull. And they've got this kind of medicine bottle where it's a bit of Velcro happening. We've got little test maybe for reflexes, looking at eyes, ears, maybe down your throat. Got a bit of a blood pressure cuff action happening, not like a inflatable squishy thing here, just a bit of soft fabric. It's Velcro, so you could put little one's arm in there if they're wanting to. Little injection, thermometer, tongue depressor, of course a stethoscope. Yeah, so far I've quite liked these. Relatively easy to kind of wipe down as well, and I like the little pouch, keep it all together. Also you can see in here I've got the Peppa Pig family happening. I've had a couple kids who like Peppa Pig, so I went out and made sure I had these. Might come in hand sometimes for feeding therapy or sensory play, or even in here if we get sick of just doing medical procedures on ourselves. We have a few more patients in the waiting room waiting for us. I think these were about $19, so a bit more expensive than I thought they were going to be, but kids have enjoyed them so far. So that's the first one. Next, I have classic game Snakes and Ladders, and this is actually a little tin version, so I think it would be helpful for families on the go as well, not just in therapy. It's quite small, but I used it the other day in a session and it worked well. So the little pieces that track where you are on the board are magnets, and the dice doesn't seem to be a magnet, but as long as you keep it in here, hopefully it doesn't get lost. And it's on hinges. It's got like little hinges, so you can't really get rid of the lid. And yeah, just a cute little game. I think that was pretty affordable, a couple dollars I think. Next, I bought a couple of puzzles, and I saw today that there was a pack of multiple puzzles together that were about this big, that I think I might go back and get at some point. But I like using puzzles, of course kids who enjoy puzzles, and also as part of scooter board activities, as part of obstacle courses. So scooter board might be that I have the base of the puzzle sitting in, say, the middle of the room, and I've spread each piece out somewhere in the room, like hidden them, and they have to go collect them on the scooter board, or just go like kind of hide and seek with the puzzle pieces. So I have a lot of dinosaur fans, so I've got this one. It's a little 9-piece, and this one's a bit easier as well. And I haven't used this one yet, but it's just a solar system. I've had a few kids who are like really into the solar system and just know so much about it. It's really impressive. So got this one ready to go. What else have I got? I've got these cones, also talking about obstacle courses. So it comes in a pack of 10. I've just left the rest at the clinic and brought these to show you. So they're called field markers, and they might look familiar from like PE class, sports class at school. I use them again so far I've used them for like obstacle courses, gross motor type work. And they come in a bunch of different colors. I think in the pack there was like, say, 4 or 5 different colors and 10 in total. What else have I got in here? No, I haven't used this one yet, but I also have the yoga ball or dice version as well. It has like pictures of yoga moves and the title, the name of the move. But this one is a bit more kid friendly. So it's got Star jumps, hands on hips, stamp your feet, stand on one foot, hands on heads, dance, touch your nose, spin around. Haven't used it yet, but I'm keen to. I've seen a few kids when I've gone for home visits and I've popped my boot open and they're coming to help me get my things out. They're like, oh, what's that one? What's that one? So I'll have to try it soon. We got freeze as well, clap your hands. So a bunch of things on here. And there's another one with numbers as well. So that might be a good one if you have kids who love playing with dice. Also got insects and reptiles. And these are a few dollars and there's heaps in here. And I also have like just random kind of jungly animals as well. But I used this recently with one of my kids who I knew likes exploring and insects, and he could tell me all the different species of all these different things, because there's like 4 or 5, you know, different types of frogs or snakes or beetles in here, and he was all over it. I was very impressed. I could not fact check him, but he seemed to know his stuff. So yeah, he really liked these, and that was who I was thinking of when I got them. So it was a bit of a success, and I'll keep using them. And likewise, I can hide them around the room. We can do sorting activities. They can be tokens in games. It's kind of for him in particular like a reward activity. So I do try and use it in the tasks in particular I'm wanting to incorporate in the session, as well as a reward task that he enjoys as well. What else have I got in here? This one is a dog toy. And you might be thinking, why do you have dog toys when you work with kids and you don't have a dog? So the reasoning behind this one, and it's also number 5, aggressive extreme chewer. There's like a little rating system they have if you have pets and they're always tearing apart things. There's like a whole scale on there, and so this one's 5, the strongest one. I haven't used it yet, but I've been meaning to, and I had it in my car and I wanted it, but I was in a session, so just bad timing. Thinking with scooter board, tug of war, if they're on the swing, pulling, just some of that pulling, pushing type action as well. Because I was thinking, I asked for a skipping rope and we got skipping ropes, thinking of using it like that, and then I was worried that I was going to break a skipping rope. So if I find an activity when I want to use this hopefully shouldn't break anytime soon, because apparently, yeah, extreme chewer, 5, aggressive. So I'm hopeful that this will last for a while. All right, what else have I got? I've got some snap, they call it food snap flashcards, and the idea I had behind them is I've got a bunch of kids where we're doing like feeding therapy. Feeding is one of the goals, one of the occupational performance issues. So I thought maybe it's a fun way to kind of have food somewhere in the vicinity as pictures. I haven't used it yet, but I was just having a look, and there's not as much variety as I'd hope. So there's vegetables, there's chocolate. I think my problem is there's a lot of sweets on here, and sweets are fine, but I thought there'd be like individual, so cheese, individual foods like apple, banana, but there's like cakes, eggs, you know, that's good, meat, lollies, fish, and ice cream. So I feel like half of this pack is just like sweet dessert food and fruit, not like individual foods, but you know, it'll probably still achieve what I'm hoping to kind of achieve. So no, I haven't used those yet. It's got like a cute little, I don't know if you can see it, but stars pattern on the back there. But in total there's 52 cards, and there seems to be about 4 of each card. There's 3 there and there's 1 more for bread. And they've got a little kind of info where it gives a little info card where it gives you some like tips on how to use them. And I've noticed they've done that in a few of these new Junior Explorers items at Kmart. So another one, I'll clean this mess up later. Another one is feeling, slide and learn flashcards. So I haven't used these yet, but I'm a bit more hopeful for these ones. So there's 8 cards in total. The idea behind these, in my mind, is kind of increasing emotional literacy, emotional vocabulary. So I wouldn't be using these with little ones. Probably some of my a little bit high functioning 9, 10, 11, 12 plus kids. So the idea is you have a little monster who's demonstrating the expression, hopefully well enough that you can pick it up. You slide it open, it just says happy. On the other side, it says happy, monster, and then it shows you some synonyms for happy. So joyful, cheerful. So it's hoping to kind of expand their vocab when it comes to basic emotions. So the idea is when they're younger, you can just start with, oh, how's the monster feeling? How do we know? Happy. And then once we're ready to kind of learn more words, turn it over. So there's excited, looks a bit like a devil. So thrilled, looking forward to. There's a confused little devil tail. So puzzled, in a muddle, sad. So they're not perfect, but I think having these type of resources being accessible and at Kmart is really good. I've already kind of put them in home programs for families wanting to work on emotional literacy. So that just gives you an idea about those ones. Another emotions type thing that I saw the other day and picked up, and I've used this one already, is this how am I feeling puzzle activity. So there's 8, and here was there 8 in there. Yep, they love the number 8. Maybe that's just how many feelings they're putting in these activities. So this is for 4+. They say it works on self-reflection, reading, and empathy. Yeah, so use this a couple of times. I feel like kids can most of the time figure it out pretty quickly. So it's different expressions, and they've broken the faces up into 3 different puzzle pieces. So that would be an example of a full face. And then they'd have to find the one at the top that says the emotion, so surprised. Then they'll find the eyes. And then they'll have to find the mouth. So as you probably can already see, it doesn't help that the background is all the same color. So really, if they're being a bit cheeky and not wanting to work as hard, they might just be like, oh, where's the yellow ones? I've figured out it just need to match all the yellow ones. So, because they're all a different color. So they usually figure that out after 1 or 2 tries. But it's a way to look at how do we know facial expression, what on their face is telling us they're happy, sad, mad, angry. What do you look like when you're happy, sad, mad, angry? So reading emotions in us, recognize them in ourselves, others. Yeah, so it goes through like angry, happy, the double-sided, sad, happy, silly. I think it was the silly one. There's one in here where I was like, oh, which one was it? Not angry. This one is supposed to be shy. I don't know. It was a bit confusing to me. So that's silly. And I also have these little question cards. And they have, is this person feeling scared or brave? And then what is something that makes you feel scared? Can you think of a time you felt brave? And so they get them to go, is it this or this? Here's some kind of conversation starters to talk about emotions. It's not perfect, but I think it's, pretty decent for something to find at Kmart. So I was pretty happy to see that. And again, if it's relevant, I've recommended it to families because it is something accessible that they can easily get at the moment. Yeah, for me, this was relatively new. I hadn't seen this. I've only picked this up a couple of weeks ago. And now I think onto books. Bunch of books. All right, so if you haven't heard of Tracy, Maroney. She does beautiful books on feelings, and so when I'm feeling loved, happy, sad, angry, disappointed, worried, there's heaps. There's like they usually come in a box set at Kmart, so we have those at work, and then I've picked up some for myself because I really like them. This is a new one I saw, and it's my first book of feelings, so I think it's aimed at just a younger demographic, and it's a Lift the Flap book, and it's about a dog called Poops, so you know, kids might like that. So just to give you a little sample, eek, it is dark and I hear a scary noise. I am feeling, and it has the flap, scared. And it also has some like questions down here. Hey grown-up, some questions to ask your child. Can you make a scared face? What does a scared voice sound like? Use a scared voice to say, oh, I'm scared. So it gives you some like guiding questions, prompts, goes through loved. What's this one? I'm assuming happy. Happy, sad, angry. So really just the basic ones, which would be good for younger ones. I actually like that they have those little guided questions at the bottom. So I think it's this little ladybug who helps us out. So I haven't used this one yet, but I'm looking forward to using it. I also posted about this one the other week because at my work they already had this one, but I went and got my own because I really liked it. So this is the Find Out About Feelings, a lift and flap, another lift and flap book, Pat a Cake, written by Kathy Gordon, illustrated by Louise Forshaw. And again, really like it, gives you like different scenarios. And then ask questions, you know, how do you feel? How do you think Sam felt? Happy or sad? Choose a face, and it's lift or flap. So it makes them happy or sad, nervous, frustrated or disgusted, sorry, frightened, well, it must be an English book because it says well or poorly. That's like an English thing, isn't it? Poorly, when you're sick. Embarrassed, angry. I mean, if these kids catch on, it's always the first one. So just a tip. But at the end, it has all the little faces. Can you remember? So ask them to try and think back on the stories that they went through. And the other one I picked up today, because I picked that up a few weeks ago. This one I saw today from the same kind of series, Find Out About, is kindness. So I thought this might be helpful for kind of social skills, thinking of others. Again, similar format, have a little scenario, and then ask the question, how can Emily be kind? Get them to think about what they could do in these situations. How can Maya be kind? How can Joseph be kind? Mason. And it's got, again, all the little faces at the end. Can you remember who likes show and tell? So I asked them to try and remember the stories as well. It's a really cute book. And the last one, I wonder if this is all I've got. Not like it's not enough. But this is a book I found today. I've never seen it before. And it's called The Worrying Worries by Rachel Rooney and Zara Hicks. It's a really cute book. So, once I found a worry, so I trapped it in a net. I picked it out and put it in my pocket for a pet. So it's about a little kid carrying around worries, and you know what it's like to carry worries around. Talks about, I lost my appetite because I got a stomach ache, but worries have a hunger. They feed upon your fears. It nibbled on my fingernails. It sipped my salty tears. Kind of goes through, you know, how it feels in your body to be anxious, and then the little one goes to a worry expert, which sounds like a therapist. It sounds like a psychologist, an OT, a speechy, just anyone. And it's really cute because it goes through all the things that we would be doing in sessions. So visualization. So we practiced painting pictures in our heads. We practiced statue standing, so it sounds like a bit of yoga. breathing slowly in and out, breathing. We practice squeezing muscles tighter than a mother's hug, so progressive muscle relaxation, and then made our bodies floppy like jelly or a slug, so relaxing. Keep practicing, the expert said. Your day has just begun. So he keeps doing the practice, and I haven't seen the worry since. So happy ending. I don't know, I thought it was a cute one. Maybe you could do it at the start of your therapy journey to talk about the different things you'll do together, if anxiety is a kind of main goal. So yeah, so I think those are the main things therapy wise. I got some cute binders as well if you're interested. Kind of like minty color. This one has, I don't know if you can see it, it has some kind of flowers on it. I'll see if I can make it, you see that there maybe. Yeah, and then just a plain mint one. So I might just be putting some of my resources in those. Picked up some home decor, an arch mirror, and a clock. So yeah, brushed brass look clock. But that is the majority, I think, of my Kmart haul from the past few weeks. There might be a few things. I tried to bring a few things home from work for the weekend so I could film this and then go put them back so we can keep using them. Also bought some like shoes, sparkly shoes and shoelaces to work on shoelaces and dressing. Probably some other things, but these are the majority of the things I've bought the past few weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh my goodness, it's gotten to 22 minutes if you've stuck around. Jeez. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.